Hello, everyone, and welcome to week 4 of my Essential 52 albums. This week we are talking about Guns N' Roses' 1987 classic, their first album, Appetite for Destruction. This is the first one of these albums that I don't actually own on vinyl, but I do have it on CD. CD isn't in here because CD is actually at work. I have it in like a CD wallet, so um, really like this album. I didn't have it on CD until last summer. I eventually saw this at like a thrift store for like a couple dollars, and I'm like, well, I'm definitely grabbing that. Um, an amazing album, again, released July 21st, 1987. Some notable tracks off this album, of course, are Welcome to the Jungle. That's the kind of the title, not title track of the album, but the number one track on the album, track one. Then we move into Sweet Child of Mine, Paradise City, and I really like Night Train as well. This is definitely one of the kind of best, probably debut albums of probably potentially any band that I can think of, or at least in my opinion. We have again, like I said, the CD is actually I have it at work in the CD player there, but there's the liner notes. If you want to call them liner notes, it's just basically the logo and that. But I really love the artwork on the cover. You have all the members there in skull form, basically, like caricatures of like them as skeletons, basically. But we're gonna go through the track listing here in just a second. So first up, we have Welcome to the Jungle. That's a classic. It's like kind of like I think a lot of people's go-to Guns N' Roses song. It's very fitting that it's the first track on this album because it kind of sets the tone and the mood for the rest of the album, pretty much. We have It's So Easy after that. That was also really good. All these tracks are pretty much awesome. Night Train I really like. It's got like a really nice like cowbell on like the drum, so that's pretty iconic with that. We got the Out to Get Me after that. Mr. Brownstone, that's a really good one. Paradise City. I remember like before I even heard that song when I was like a kid. I remember like at like a summer camp, somebody was saying like, "Hey, say." Like trying to remember, like memorize lyrics of music or lyrics of songs. Somebody was saying, "Hey, say, take me down to the Paradise City where the grass is green and the girls are pretty." And it was like, it was. I don't know why they were having me say that, but it was part of this song, one of the classics off of this album. We have My Michelle on as track number 7. Really like that one as well. The tone, the song itself is fairly dark, but it's a pretty interesting and fun song. There's Think About You after that. Sweet Child of Mine. It's a classic. I think like easily like top 3 Guns N' Roses song for me. Might even be my number one favorite, my favorite Guns N' Roses track. Got You're Crazy, Anything Goes, and then Rocket Queen after that. And then we got back cover right there. Got a little bit of glare on it, but really love this album. Like I said, I didn't own it. I've never owned it until just over the summer. I would listen to it on like digital versions or Apple Music or whatever have you, or whatever you have. And like I said, this was like got it for like a couple bucks at a thrift store. So, but great album. One of the best kind of like at least rock debut albums probably for any band that I can think of. You got just great tracks off of this record. So again, this week's record is Guns N' Roses kind of 1987 debut masterpiece, Appetite for Destruction. That's going to do it for this video. We'll be back next week with another album. I don't know when that one's going to be yet, but I think we're definitely leading into a lot of rock albums being on this list because at the end of the year, basically, I'm going to probably do a spreadsheet of all the genres that we're covering on these albums. I'm simplifying the genre, so like this is probably going to be filed under rock. Like a couple other albums that I've done will be filed under that as well. Just so, like I said, I don't really go with like all the like subgenres and all that kind of stuff. To me, like rock generally is rock, at least just to kind of keep it simple. But again, that's gonna do it for this week's video. Appetite for Destruction. If you haven't heard it, go check it out. It's awesome. That's gonna do it for now. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Thanks again for watching, and take care.